Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to the Apostle Elders, a great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. So, Brother Izar, you with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Lord, with us, lesson is edifying. It just started off as just a video of a fight. Okay. I'm trying to mute it. And obviously they try to restrict certain violence, to more adult audiences. As you see right here, they jumping dude. And this ain't the point, that I want to get to, even though this is kind of, it's weak of the niggas who had to jump in because dude was struggling, which is why they jumped in. And even when he hopped off, dude kind of started to regain the upper hand and tossed the other dude around, and they started jumping him again. They started jumping him again. All right. You can see the girl in blue. Keep watching, because she's part of the reason I'm doing this lesson. She grabs the dude who was jumping. Bow, she gets hit. Now she's the target. And you got men and women. That's a woman with the hair. But you got men and women both hitting her. All right. And that was kind of the point. I don't know. They might restrict this video. All right. But, in the times to come, okay, there won't be any mercy. All right. There's not going to be any mercy for you, whether you man or woman, a child. Okay. Especially when the death angels get released. Let's get this. It says slay utterly. Then we're going to get, it's going to just be a quick lesson, Lord willing, edifying. All right. 2 Ezra 15 and 19 says, let's see, 15 and 15 might be where I want to start. 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? Man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and all men, and men shall be afraid. This is the point: that man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Now, it's giving you a subject matter saying because of the lack of bread and great tribulation, but you got to understand that, okay, even outside of that, there's going to be great sedition, okay? And the course of people's actions going to stand. Let's get another scripture, right? And there used to be this kind of idea, this sentiment of, I guess, not putting your hands on a woman amongst certain, circles. But as you can see, she got involved, and she didn't just get tossed to the side. She got hands put on her by the man and the woman, or the boy and the girl, whatever you want to say, because they're like a young dude. These YNs are a new breed. Matthew 24. Let's read in 10, right? It says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, the love of many is waxing cold. The good manners that used to be kind of like unspoken rules of don't put your hands on a woman in A, B, and C. These things are waxing cold. All right. And then let's get this one. Okay, Ezekiel 9. And 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And begin in my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. So, all right, the Lord's going to begin at the house of Israel for this great destruction, okay? And he's going to slay utterly old and young, maids, which is young women, little children, and women, older women, okay? But old and young, and, you know, either way, man, he says women twice, because a maid is a young woman, and even little children are going to get it. So, you know, there's not going to be any mercy, all right, in the times that's coming upon 2/3 of the house of Israel, the wicked of Israelites, man. We're already seeing a taste of that, you know, but it's going to come from all directions, okay? It is the time of Jacob's trouble, as the scriptures say, but he shall be saved out of it. You see? All right, Jeremiah 30 and 5. For thus saith Yahweh, and 4. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, or Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Can a man have a baby? It says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail? Why men holding their stomach like they having contractions, or like they giving birth? What's going on? And all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay? So as you can see, the time of what's being called Jacob's trouble is at hand. All right, we're in Jacob's trouble, and it's gonna get worse. But he shall be saved out of it, speaking of the elect. Okay. So I just want to kind of depict that, show that, you know, that woman not having any mercy, getting slapped up, you know, right along with the dude that she was trying to protect, which is probably her boyfriend, you know. And these are the kind of things we're going to see more and more of. The great lawlessness and rebellion of Jake. Further, okay, of these young bulls at the head of every street. There's a young bull in a net, okay, rampaging, going hard. All right, especially when things move more and more into, like, you know, famine and you know, Great Depression again. You know, we're in a third woe. There's so many things going on, man. Jake is gonna lose it. Okay, as the scripture said, who shall rouse him up? But anyway, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna let it be there, Lord willing. This is edifying. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem or Hahakodash. Hey, shalom till next time.